Guys, I'm so excited the amount of mooning that we're gonna do this year. So much information in this video. Let's tune in. Let's go. All right, it's your boy HDK. This is the time around the world right now. We're gonna get straight into the market. Today, the market has dropped about 4% as of yesterday, but still hovering around that healthy volume. A lot of that is attributable to the Bitcoin dominance, obviously still steady, increased a little bit overnight. All right, looking across the market, it's looking pretty red over the last 24 hours, but that's almost been expected because people are anticipating that as of in the next 24 hours or so, there's gonna be options closing, so people are pulling out at the moment. And it's also interesting to note that the volume has decreased as well, but I'm still very bullish on many of these coins that have a really good use case. Ethereum looking very good for the rest of the year, same as Bitcoin. We got Binance coin that's going to do really well as well. We got XRP, Cardano, of course, absolute heroes in the market. Polkadot obviously showing really good strength. ICP, I'm not really sure about, but that's okay. Uniswap is going to be huge this year as well. We got Chainlink that's going to be absolutely mooning too. LTC with a really good community. Polygon, absolute hero as well, but it dips pretty hard too. So it's got a bit of volatility with this one, but sitting 5% since the market closed 1 week ago, which is really, really impressive at the moment in this crazy market that we're in right now. Okay, Stellar obviously showing great promise for the rest of the year too. Ethereum Classic has been hard forked, so stay away from there. And Theta, VeChain, obviously very, very good coins. EOS, very bullish on that. Tron justin soon, so just be watching out for that one. And we're looking good. Crypto.com obviously increasing from that 10-cent mark from a couple days ago. So yeah, looking really good on that too. Pancake Swap, I'm extremely bullish on that one too. That's a fantastic platform. I'm going to show you something about that as well. And Hedera Hashgraph, of course, I'm very bullish on that on a very long term. Just my opinions though, okay? So not financial advice, just take it with a pinch of salt. All right, boys and girls, we're looking at the Bitcoin chart because this is going to determine quite a fair bit. So we were sitting a lot higher yesterday. The highest that we went up to was about $41,000, but it's now coming back down to $36,000. So this bounce doesn't really have much strength because as you can see, the volume's decreasing on it quite significantly. So I don't think this is the time that will crack above that $42,000 mark, going up to the $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 target that we have for the rest of this year. Rather, it'll probably test that bottom end once again, and then that's when the institutional investors and the whales will probably find an opportunity to get in. So that's my short-term expectation. I don't even like to use the word prediction because who am I to predict anything, right? But I think it's going to be a pretty weak, sort of flaccid journey down to the south a little bit, down this trend here that we're looking at the moment. So I think that'll be a general test. If there are some Chinese whales that want to actually just throw the spanner in the works once again, then we might be looking at a cross in that zone there, testing that $19,000, $20,000 range there. I think it'll be more in the even $20,000 range, which is like the psychological barrier as well. So please keep an eye on the market. And when you see these Bitcoin prices dip to these lows, then I'd say those are the times that you would average in. When it goes up to the highs, then obviously I look at averaging out of your positions as well, if that matches with your trading strategy. But today I want to talk about how you can earn passive income with crypto. So what you're going to do is you're going to visit stakingrewards.com. All right. In this website, you're going to see where the best rewards are across the internet, the market, across the spaces. So what I like to do is I just press reward, go for the highest reward on staking. And then that's going to load in about 20 years. And once that's loaded in the descending order, okay, here we go. So we're looking at these coins now. To be honest with you, I haven't really heard of these coins. And then boom, I've heard of this coin. It's giving us 87.19%. So what you're going to do is you're going to click into that, and then you're going to get that. Where are you actually going to get that from? Okay, so you're going to get the risk and complexity on it. So obviously Cake, it's a pretty stable staking option. And then you've got the complexity, which is sitting at easy. I'm just going to briefly go through how you're going to do that. And it shows you where you can actually stake that particular coin. So here we are, guys. So here is the Pancake Swap. You're going to link your wallet. Of course, you can do this on your phone as well. And then boom, there's your APY on the auto Cake and then the manual Cake. The difference between auto and the manual Cake is that auto Cake is basically compounding. So it'll basically put your yields back into the original fund and then it's going to go up. So a good 5-figure investment into this is going to easily make you an extra $100 every day, which is a fantastic and a very realistic passive income that you can enjoy. To be honest, anyone can really do this. So you got to buy some Pancake into your wallet and then you can basically stake it onto this and then you can see your daily yields on this. All right, so as you can see, this is a reason why DeFi space has a really, really big potential. Like people see this kind of return and they're going to come in, they're going to want to own Cake. And the more demand there is, the better it will do. And the market uptake hasn't really hit this level yet because you can see guys like me making videos on it. So this is a really, really great way to have passive income on your portfolio. And I really encourage you guys to explore this option. All right, so moving on to the general market, we've got Bitcoin. All right, so Bitcoin retests $40,000 as Biden announces $6 trillion budget. Biden announcing big budgets like this one has impact on scarce assets like cryptocurrency and stocks. So we have seen that there has been, since this announcement, there has been a really interesting bounce in the crypto and then the stock market as well. So the Bitcoin price jumped roughly about 7%, which is, diddly squat. But that's what happened. And obviously the Dow Jones rallied and NASDAQ rallied a little bit. I know it's negligible, but the long-term effect of this is really, really interesting. Since COVID, there has been trillions of dollars coming out from the government by way of stimulus packages and also budgets. And the effects of this is the following. So Bitcoin and stocks tend to do well on the news that US government will up their spending. This is because big government spending, according to some analysts, leads to inflation. So investors are likely to look into other places, such as scarce assets, to plug their cash. Large amounts of Americans receiving stimulus checks, which are part of Biden's big COVID-19 relief package, have previously said they are keen to spend it on Bitcoin, according to surveys. So maybe you guys watching this video have invested or begun investing into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency because of your stimulus check. So that's a really good correlation to see that, this kind of spending is going to end up in probably investments that are actually going to go up, which is your cryptocurrency and which is your stocks. So really interesting note to see that more cash comes out. There's really not much value in terms of cash being pumped into the economy. Like imagine if Bitcoin all of a sudden tomorrow said, hey, we're going to put another million Bitcoins out into the market. What do you think is going to happen to the price of Bitcoin? It's obviously not going to be healthy for it. So this inflationary asset is going to be absolutely rubbish. This thing we call cash is going to actually have no value whatsoever. So hedge fund manager Dalio, okay, I did a video on this guy recently. He is going to ditch bonds, right? Which is basically your cash backed, government-backed kind of bonds. And he's going to invest more into cryptocurrencies. And this is what he has to say about it. I have some Bitcoin and I have a very particular set of skills. His set of skills, he's like the top hedge fund manager in the freaking world, right? US billionaire Ray Dalio didn't say the second bit, but it would have been good if he did. The guy hates cash. We know this, but now he hates bonds too. For the founder of Bridgewater Associates, even the most volatile assets out there is better than picking up dimes from in front of the inflation steamroller. Okay, what is he talking about? He's talking about cash. He has famously said that cash is trash, which is kind of a pro crypto statement in that it tells you he thinks that owning a depreciating asset such as cash is absolutely pointless. So what does this mean? If big hands like Dalio, right, is getting into Bitcoin, it's really worth noting that about 8% of Bitcoin is held by big boys, right? These are publicly trading companies, right? So we've got obviously Tesla at number 2. It's really interesting to note that Tesla is actually only number 2 as well. Like most people thought that Tesla was the number 1 holder of Bitcoin, but MicroStrategy Incorporated actually holds more Bitcoin than Tesla does. It's just that it doesn't have a crazy CEO that's going to come out and make stupid tweets. By the way, that tweet is, losing its strength day by day. And obviously we've got, Coinbase that's obviously holding a bit of Bitcoin as well. And we can see that there's a lot of these institutional investment actually that's coming into it. Not to mention the day before, I made a video of increasing institutional demand that was surveyed from Goldman Sachs. Okay, Goldman Sachs are actually currently managing assets that are beyond the entire market cap of cryptocurrency as a whole. Is not only looking at, but has already approved that Bitcoin is a tradable asset, is an investable asset according to their company policy. And that's a really, really significant answer. So what are the effects of these then big boys, these big companies that are buying into cryptocurrency? Well, this is an article that says what the effect of it is. Honestly, I'm not surprised that Tesla bought Bitcoin, and I won't be surprised if Apple and Microsoft do it as well. Having BTC is just common sense at this point. Yes, it was a comment made a long time ago, but you know what? In the long-term basis, this is actually going to be good. And not to mention, Microsoft is showing interest in cryptocurrency with new coin launches like NiFi, N-I-I-F-I, and also with Apple. Advertising positions for business development manager, which I aired yesterday, is about engaging a professional so that they can deal with online payments and alternative payments, including cryptocurrency. So that is obviously a move that we're going to see institutionals make. And once these institutional make that way into it, well, Tesla was one of the first guys that did it. And when they did it, there was a big increase in the number of wallets that actually came into the market. And so boom, here it is, guys. So obviously these institutional uptake of cryptocurrency is going to be massive for Bitcoin and also for Ethereum by proxy. And we know why Ethereum is going to be better than Bitcoin because of the use case that I mentioned in the video a couple of days ago as well. All right, so what are some other interests that we see in this cryptocurrency market? Well, we've got billionaire Car Econ. I made a video on this yesterday again, but the thing is, billionaire Car Econ used to think that Bitcoin was not all that. But the thing is, now he's thinking about putting out $1.5 billion into the cryptocurrency market, okay? And he's probably going to spread that around, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and probably Ripple as well. So it's really, really exciting space for that as well. Now, another thing that I want to talk about in this video is DeFi and the potential that DeFi has for this year. We're going to have a massive DeFi year, guys. Any of the DeFi currency is going to do well. And like I said in the video yesterday, DeFi coins, if you want to see what that is, go to CoinMarketCap and press DeFi. And then boom, you're going to see all the DeFi related coins that are going to absolutely moon this year. Okay. Okay, so Wharton College did a research on DeFi and how it's going to transform global finance. Okay, not only did you see crazy returns on staking, and that's one way people are going to get into it, but things like DEX is going to be absolutely off the chains. The Wharton School of University of Pennsylvania has just published an assessment of decentralized finance, DeFi sector. While noting that the DeFi has the potential to transform global finance, the report also highlights a variety of obstacles faced by the sector. DeFi has the potential to transform global finance, but activity to date has concentrated on a speculation, leverage, and yield generation among the existing community of digital asset holders, right? But Wharton reports claims that there are 6 chief users within the sector: stablecoins, decentralized exchanges, credit, derivatives, insurance, asset management, and auxiliary services, including wallets and oracles. Guys, DEX is a huge field in DeFi, right? Because DEX allows for things like those APY crazy returns, and it allows you to buy shitcoins, which is what everybody loves to do. But I don't want to just say shitcoins. As much as shitcoins can be profitable for those of you who do it right, there are new launches that are able to happen on this platform that make it so much more accessible at such low gas fees as well. So that's why things like Pancake Swap, things like Uniswap is going to be so good. So look at Kevin O'Leary. He's a Shark Tank guy. He reckons DeFi is going to be absolutely going to just destroy this world. The way we know finance is going to change because of DeFi, right? He says he's going to launch a DeFi investing company. Well, you think he's stupid? Of course not. So this is a really, really big news as well. Moving forward, what then has happened to the DeFi space? Well, we can look at stuff like what's actually happened to Uniswap. Uniswap V3 just launched, right? About 3 weeks ago now. And this is news about 1 week ago saying that it's already become the second largest DEX in 2 weeks after launch. And we can see the graph, number one being V2. V3 is the second, Sushi Swap, and obviously Pancake Swap obviously on the list as well. And this is what's happening on the DEX at the moment. And then boom, a week later, so really present time, just in the last couple of days, we see this tweet. And it says in week 3, Uniswap is now the number one DEX by a wide margin. It's doing 50% higher volume than V2, 300% more aggregated volume than V2, 1/4 of the total value locked, and 1/5 of the freaking gas. So guys, the DEX, the DeFi space is going to be absolutely mooning this year. For those of you who hold that cash, I am so excited. Right? And from investments as little as like 5-figure investment, you can set up a passive income that could make you live financially free. So my suggestion is go and suss this out. Make sure you go and subscribe to my channel as well. Go check out my TikTok. That's where you're going to get the latest updates from. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.